Whenever words from another person stir feelings of regret inside you, at that exact instant you turn into their captive. Pause and let those thoughts settle deeply within. Day by day, you move through life burdened by views held by others, as if heavy links bind your shoulders, yet awareness escapes you entirely. Such a load seems ordinary to you. You view it as proof of kindness, far from true. Weakness defines it instead. Consider this vital query demanding your immediate response, spoken truly to your inner self. What reason allows those possessing far less wisdom than yours to measure your true value? Reflect carefully. Recall the individual who diminished your stature just recently. What feats mark their path? What structures stand as their legacy? By what right do they assess your essence? Zero credentials exist. Emptiness fills their claim. Yet those spoken barbs linger in your thoughts like distant echoes. You revisit that exchange repeatedly, that sharp remark, that piercing glance they cast your way. Mentally, you construct defenses against their assault. Meanwhile, as energy drains on this pointless struggle with an irrelevant figure, that person advances onward without a backward look. Oblivion claims your presence in their world. They discarded waste upon you casually and departed, leaving you to haul it as if precious gold. Absurdity marks the core of this dynamic. Solely you persist in a conflict concluded long before, right here, concluding precisely now. Within moments ahead, precise mental mechanisms appear to render you impervious to all forms of ridicule, critique, or belittlement tactics humans ever conceived. Forget surface-level boosts to self-assurance or cheerful mindsets. Deeper shadows hold the true method, one demanding resolve few possess. Ordinary folks lack the grit for it. You stand apart. Presence here signals exhaustion from verbal domination. Fatigue grips you from serving as outlets for others' frustrations. Focus sharply, for revelation ahead reshapes your grasp of true strength eternally. Place these words below. My essence remains beyond reach. Forward we press. First insight reveals motives behind their belittling. Grasp the underlying contest before tactics unfold. Disgrace serves no quest for justice. Power drives it alone. Attempts to instill remorse through labels like self-centered, distant, prideful, or similar aim not at guidance. Control becomes the goal. They seek to reassign your position humbly. Suppression targets your rising command. Examine closely. Each instance of such attack performs what amounts to a probe of your exposures. Tests probe lingering reliance on their favor. Scans verify attachment to collective acceptance, desire for inclusion, craving admiration. Reaction confirms their hold instantly. Justification, clarification, regret expressed signals total surrender. You broadcast clearly, your view holds weight for me. Endorsement from you proves essential. Thus, chains tighten fully. Trap snaps shut. Lifelong stagnation traps multitudes here. Lifetimes vanish chasing validation from insignificance. Pursuit of nods from withholden sources consumes effort. Yearning for herds that reject eternally drains vitality. Harsh reality emerges unwanted. Belonging desire invites disgrace alone. Independence from fitting renders immunity complete. Detachment from communal nods creates invulnerability. Labels hurled bounce harmlessly. Stones miss ethereal forms. A cunning strategist noted long ago that mighty beasts evade snares poorly while sly creatures falter against predators. Blend traits wisely, spot deceptions keenly, intimidate foes boldly. Recognize communal disgrace traps clearly, possess resolve to depart flocks unchanging. Immunity demands release from ties dragging downward. Herds exclude you inherently. Outliers define your place. Whispers circle your name. Dread shadows your steps for them. Embrace this fully. Absorb independence from nods, clearances, endorsements deeply. Dominion evaporates from them instantly. Great builders endured labels universally. Commanders, pioneers, resistors of diminishment faced mass disdain routinely. Crowds tugged downward instinctively. Impersonal forces at work. Bucket dwellers react thus. Escape attempts trigger pulls backward. Not malice fuels it. Witnessed freedom stings chosen stasis. Thus, belittling signals truly, your path terrifies my timidity. Cease advancement lest my fears amplify. Game sums entirely there. Choice looms, yield victory to them. Contract existence for their ease. Express sorrow for drive while they toast averageness. Permit doubts to steer fate, or discern disgrace truly, tool of feeble against bold claimers. Below, affirm, no nods required from me. Second tactic employs emptiness reply. Common errors arise here gravely. Assaults land, diminishment attempts follow, instant defenses launch. Denials flow, incorrect entirely. Context misses you. Motive behind action misunderstood. Character differs vastly. Clarify please. Halt immediately. Resistance equals defeat. Engagement accepts their lens. Game participation concedes. Judgment authority granted freely. Trial convenes under biased oversight. Accuser, arbiter, executioner combined. Victory impossible there. Avoid entirely. Alternative crafts void strategically. Withhold response utterly. Master void gaze emerges supreme. Application unfolds simply. Provocative statement aims low. Self-focused accusation perhaps. Detached demeanor charged. Public humiliation sought amid witnesses. Response, absolute stillness. Eyes lock steadily. Features blank utterly. Emotion vanishes. 4 seconds pure quietude endure. Tension builds palpably. Mere 4 ticks seem endless. Test privately now. Tally silently to 4. Length surprises. In vision gaze locked. Anticipation builds in attacker. Fracture awaited. Few tolerate quiet spans. Duration stretches eternally. Minds race wildly. Excess committed. Eruption imminent. Silence unnerves. Further provocation needed. Regret surfaces. Assurance fractures progressively. Neural yields activate subtly. Expected retorts absent disarm utterly. Swung fists meet vacuum deflate egos. Self-doubt invades. Exposure dawns. Hand revealed carelessly. Investment in conflict shown. Indifference mirrors back starkly. Power tilts decisively. Popular belief errs. Supremacy lies in sharp retorts, clever barbs, crushing riposts. True command exposes assault irrelevance. Contrast slaying foes versus revealing toys. Void gaze erodes foe assurance wordlessly. Folly dawns on assailants silently. Zero utterances required. Post-pause, paths diverge binary. First, depart casually. Pivot smoothly, resume prior flow. Irrelevance declared non-verbally. Ultimate dismissal conveys. Engagement wastes essence. Observed demolitions stun. Party provocateur insults mid-gathering. Recipient rotates midway, seeks distant circles wordlessly. Insulter isolated foolishly. Witnesses note shift palpably. Attempts cease permanently. Second path shifts discourse utterly. Assault unregistered feigned. Insignificance underlined brutally. Specimen, ego bloated charge voiced. Gaze holds 4 beats, then queries mundane. Task completion status. Schedule holds at 7. Brutality unspoken lands. Trivialities outweigh your verdict. Equivalence achieved. Frame rejection firm. Victory skips debate. Foe confidence in contests evaporates. Repetition teaches futility. Assaults mirror self-harm. Elegance shines. Composure unbroken. Volume steady. Mastery retained. Game refusal defines command. Below, affirm. Quietude wields strength. Third approach inverts perspectives entirely. Deeper layers demand exploration now. Quietude suffices occasionally, yet persistence arises frequently. Cravings for visible distress intensify assaults. Script inversion deploys fully here. Label it beastly maneuver. Accusations of harshness, detachment, self-priority, haughtiness, or parallel flaws hurled your way demand pure concurrence. Lacking irony, absent protection. Acceptance flows genuine. Detached essence charged, precisely accurate. Solo focus admitted. Indeed so, fierceness embraced, without question. Follow with supreme duel, subsequent action, mere pair suffices. Observe neural disruption unfold. Anticipated clash evaporates. Defense, rationale, disproof awaited eagerly. Squirming spectacle delights them. Opinion relevance fuels thrill. Weapon seized, returned grinning. Unforeseen twist blindsides. Ownership neutralizes armament instantly. Ponder deeply. Self-priority denial spanning 20 minutes validates concern weightily, authority bestowed freely, admission up front, priority self-assigned. Stalemate ensues, impotence grips. Remorseless figures evade guilt webs, open claims dismantle leverage, insecurities vanish under admission light, illustration clarifies further, haughtiness alleged, panic grips masses, humility proofs rush forth, distinction begged. Assurance differs, cease please, skip rationale, embrace boldly, haughty perhaps, yet triumph crowns boldness over obscurity's veil. Transformation completes, assault morphs supremacy declaration, denial skipped, protection omitted, possession flips inquiry backward, frame inversion executes, defendant's cage abandoned, arbiter's throne claimed swiftly, escalation builds, ownership voiced, query launches post-pause, probe unearths hidden frailties, unveils true triggers, samples illuminate, existence voids demand my scrutiny, relief arrives now, verdict casting elevates averageness, self-persuasion primary, effects precise, defense absent, illumination redirects glaringly, motivations confronted rawly, threats embodied spur strikes, assurance diminishes them, unyielding stance questions concessions, inquiry compels honesty, fragility surfaces typically, stammers emerge, retractions follow, humor claims or aid pretenses surface weakly, triumph seals, delivery mandates serenity absolute, fury banished, passion muted, inquiry poses breakfast casual, composure commands vantage, rage-tinged delivery rebounds, sensitivity proven, jest intended, emotion overreaction noted, serenity traps inescapably, admission or jest defense crumbles alike, victory absolute, scenario grounds it, familial feast unfolds, relative probes superiority illusion, masses retort, misconception total, efforts misunderstood, alternate path, distinction affirmed, progression queried, pause lingers heavy, discomfort with divergence confessed, struggle witnesses own frailty unveiled, assault withheld, rationale intact, reflection proffered solely, inversion mastery disarms sans violence, repetition cements deterrence, probes cease gradually, self-exposure risks clarified, target toughness dawns, grasp burns grasper alone, repute elevates subtly, cautions circulate, approach warily, reversal awaits, precision desired, not malice, not viciousness drives, self-regard enforces intolerance firmly, strategist observed aptly, leaders acumen gleams through associates chosen, parallel holds personally, idiocy defenses abandoned elevate circles dramatically, below affirm, self-possession complete, fourth stratum forges impervious core, ultimate evolution awaits, prior tools, gaze void, inversion frame, probing query arm effectively, potency undeniable, yet armament lacks permanence solitary, core reformation essential, cease goodness proofs eternally, vulnerability roots there deeply, self-view as virtue seeker chains inescapably, query lingers, self-focus alarms why, conditioning deems vice absolute, altruism drilled as pinnacle, others foremost eternally, aid constant, generosity boundless, sources query, indoctrinators profited, parental obedience eased handling, educators molded pliancy managerially, companions extracted freely, unions bent accommodations selfishly, non-sacrificers harvest maximally, rationale stark, yielders control effortlessly, priority shifters status quo preserve, guilt-yielders resource fountains endless, virtue badge conceals tethers slyly, rejection liberates perilously, self-aims, durations, vitalities prioritized unleash force, not destructive peril, potent peril, manipulation-proof existence, comprehension vital, ethical elevations fabricate routinely, repetition merits, ethical elevations fabricate routinely, disgrace veils desires transactional, compliance, yielding, vigor, assets coveted, recollect accusers asks, durations funds focus alignment sought, moral cloaks draped refusals villainously, boundaries, aims, independent orbits demonized, subterfuge unveiled, shadow acuity births, facades pierced routinely, game within discerned sharply, Outrage masks self-gain predominantly, stances flip opportunely, loyalty heralds betray swiftly, veracity champions fabricate threats absent, patterns crystallize, kindness lecturers wound deepest, mercy advocates hoard greedily, respect demanders demean blatantly, performance theatrical, control scripted, opt-out liberates fully, invincibility equation distills, mastery elevated, detractor pity nullified, supremacy absolute, dissection clarifies, mastery elevated demands prowess tangible, outcomes manifest, dilemmas resolved, constructs erected, value birthed, effort non-optional, facades crumble scrutiny, armaments falter sans substance, legitimacy earned selects voices worthy, prowess shields justly, track etched, yields proven, impacts quantified, disarm critics effortlessly, detractor indifference filters noise irrelevant, heartlessness absent, selection precise, guidance sourced aspirational peaks alone, fusion births immunity, dismissal impossible, sway denied, foundations achievement anchored withstand barrages, indifference repels contractions guiltily, chamber entry diminishment public attempted, attire selection choice mocked, anticipation peaks collectively, void deploys fourfold, discourse resumes seamless, interruption unregistered, chamber senses pivot, assault futility collective witness, stature ascends, diminisher descends, postscript queries injury, bewilderment genuine reigns, insignificance unregistered emotionally, core impervious forms, strategist grasped eternally, potency icons mirrored historically, esteem births from prowess limits not affability, observation endures, dread trumps affection absent both, fear induction skipped advisedly, universal affection quests abandoned wisely, favorites cease pursuits, withheld endorsements ignored resolutely, prowess constructs, limits enforce, vitality guarded, detractors wail idly, reality bites, current shamers laud post-triumph, belief retroclaimed falsely, aid postures fabricated, deceits catalogued, construction error barbs memorized, halts resisted, access post-victory barred firmly, cycles witnessed endlessly, silent labors span years, ridicule cascades, futility preached, folly labeled, breakthrough dawns, applauders swarm suddenly, prescience claimed falsely, prior quits urged, impossibility chorused, folly decried, gains beckon, allegiance flips, opportunism unveiled, core impervious defines freedom authentic, virtue quests abandoned, affability forsaken, efficacy pursued relentlessly, legacies substantial forged, autonomy terms embraced, sideline observers critique idly, below affirm, inaccessibility mine, tools assembled now culminate synthesis profound, void gaze mastered, frame inversion perfected, impervious essence forged solidly, yet wisdom dormant equals spectacle mere, armament demands deployment active, entertainment spurned here, weaponry forged for battle real, action blueprint deploys immediately, next belittlement encounter unfolds predictably, defenses withhold utterly, rationales unspoken remain, identity apologies banished forever, lessons internalized trigger seamlessly, void gaze launches, discomfort witnessed writhing, accusations embraced wholly, armaments crumble observed, queries pierce, motives unveiled starkly, departure follows empowered, dominion nullified confirmed, permission grants shame potency alone, contraction consents diminishment, controls surrendered enable mastery foreign, distributions cease decisively, cruelty absent from intent, peace preservation core, mediocrity drags rejected firmly, autonomy reigns supreme unchallenged, aligned souls honor limits set, strength admired genuinely, ambition directness unyielding celebrated, true self parades unapologetic, channel allegiance selective earns, readiness tests peril acceptance, apology cessation for drive signals maturity, contraction comforts forsaken boldly, contentment defines mission, potency authentic, maneuvers shadowed, verities stark, trepidation welcome proves selection worthy, endurance to conclusion marks distinction, commonality rejected, readiness affirmed, ultimate directive activates instantly, Belittlement future meets supremacy response. Fury yields elevation strategic. Detachment deploys. Irrelevance proclaimed wordlessly. Outgrowth manifests visibly. Unreachable stature constructs methodically. Discourse fodder emerges eternally. Cautionary tales birth around presence. Memorable imprint etches indelibly. Unbreakable heights ascended defy grasp. Diminishment era concludes decisively. Shadows deepen further uniquely. Psychological armory expands relentlessly for resistors' diminutive fates. Video closure beckons application immediate. Former self observes curiously. Transformation preview unfolds dramatically. Final affirmation awaits below. Indifference absolute. Deeper dissection merits exploration extended. Shame dynamics pulse universally human realms. Evolutionary imprints linger subtly. Tribal survivals encoded demand conformity rigid. Deviance threatened collectives historically. Exclusion fears primal trigger compliance instinctive. Modern veneers cloak ancient drives persistingly. Social media amplifies theaters vast. Viral condemnations mimic village shamings ancient. Digital herds enforce norms ferociously. Independence costs visibility temporarily. Solitude echoes briefly before elevation dawns. Historical titans navigated scorn masterfully. Icons endured exiles self-imposed. Paths solitary birthed empires enduring. Crowds later claimed kinship falsely. Patterns recur eternally vigilance demands. Personal inventories assess exposures current. Reflection prompts crucial. Whose verdicts linger heaviest. Achievements contrast glaringly. Relevance weighs featherlight truly. Prioritization realigns energies wisely. Selective engagements conserve vitality precious. Echo chambers exited boldly. Diverse councils sought aspirational. Feedback calibrated competence matched precisely. Growth accelerates exponentially isolation selective. Environmental scans detect drains energetic. Associations prune ruthlessly. Elevation mutual mandates reciprocity firm. Drainers dispatched compassionately distantly. Boundaries verbalized early preempt assaults. Expectations clarified preemptively disarm. Misalignments surfaced dialogues honest. Resolutions swift preserve peace inner. Resilience muscles trained repetitions deliberate. Minor frictions practiced voids deploy. Confidence compounds cumulatively unassailable. Narratives internal rewritten empowerment. Victim scripts discarded permanently. Sovereign tales embraced wholly. Daily rituals reinforce cause impervious. Morning affirmations anchor resolves. Evening reviews celebrate victories silent. Progress tracked journals faithful. Milestones celebrated solos grandly. Communities kindred sought online shadows. Forums anonymous exchange tactics refined. Alliances form potent synergistically. Isolation myths debunked collectively. Power multiplies shared wisely. Mentorships bidirectional elevate mutually. Givers-receivers balance dynamically. Networks webs intricate weave securities. Threats diffuse distributions diversified. Single dependencies risks minimized strategically. Financial autonomies secure freedoms vast. Resource pools personal insulate manipulations. Time allocations guarded fiercely. Calendars sacred reflect priorities true. Interruptions minimized buffers intentional. Focus blocks uninterrupted birth masterpieces. Creations tangible validate essences. Legacies accumulate irrefutably. Critics silenced results resounding. Journeys documented inspirations future. Testimonies convert skeptics reluctant. Ripples expand influences exponential. Legacies transcend lifetimes individual. Impact measurements humble egos grounded. Service veiled potency true. Contributions quiet reshape worlds subtly. Fulfillment internal sources eternally. External validations bonuses incidental. Serenity cores undisturbed storms external. Storms pass skies clear eternally. Cycles recognize transcendences repeated. Evolutions spiral upward infinitely. Mastery lifelong pursuits endless. Plateaus spurs innovations fresh. Comfort zones shattered routinely. Discomforts embraced growth signals. Risks calibrated, rewards weighted. Bold leaps timed intuitions sharp. Outcomes embraced learnings rich. Failures reframe data valuable. Iterations refine trajectories precise. Destinations evolve dynamically visions. Purposes deepen revelations progressive. Callings answered depths plumbed. Potentials unleashed bounds boundless. Universes personal expanded explorations. Frontiers inner conquered summits. Victories silent celebrated souls. Affirmations evolved. Invincibility internalized. Extensions practical deployed daily. Workplace dynamics transform radically. Colleague jabs voided stares neutral. Superiors questioned calmly curiosities. Promotions earned merits undeniable. Networks professional cultivated intentionally. Influences wielded softly persuasively. Negotiations framed values centered. Compromises strategic concessions minimal. Leadership emerges organic authentically. Teams inspired visions shared. Cultures toxic exited gracefully. Opportunities rivals seized boldly. Ventures entrepreneurial birthed independences. Markets niches dominated expertise. Brands personal forged uniqueness. Audiences loyal magnetized authenticity. Monetizations diversified streams stable. Incomes passive freedoms amplify. Lifestyles designed intentions deliberate. Travels adventures recharge spirits. Hobbies passions fuel creativities. Fitness regimens sculpt disciplines. Nutrition's optimized vessels peak. Slumbers restorative dreams vivid. Meditations centered presences mindful. Gratitude journals abundances attract. Manifestations realities bridge thoughts. Beliefs fortified doubts silenced. Habits compounded destinies shape. Disciplines freedoms paradox true. Laziness chains disguised comforts. Actions bridges dreams realities. Commitments tests resolves true. Excuses veils fears hidden. Confrontations liberations births courageous. Shadows integrated wholeness complete. Dualities transcended unities profound. Enlightenments dawns gradual radiances. Wiseness accumulates experiences distilled. Youths envied elder sages. Ages revered youthful vigor. Balances harmonies live symphonies. Compositions masterful legacies eternal. Conductors selves symphonies direct. Audiences universes applaud silences. Encores demands potentials endless. Curtains finals deaths transitions. Legacies echoes infinities. Impacts ripples eternities. Presences felt absences profound. Memories cherished hearts forever. Influences cascades generations. Seeds planted harvests bountiful. Trees shades comforts future. Fruits nourishment sustains endless. Roots grounds storms weathered. Branches reaches skies aspirations. Leaves breaths airs purified. Flowers beauties inspirations visual. Pollinations spreads genes survivals. Ecosystems balances nature's wise. Humanity webs connections intricate. Contributions threads tapestries grand. Patterns mosaics beauties emergent. Chaos orders births magics. Entropies fights structures imposed. Wills impositions realities bent. Determination universes defies odds. Miracles probabilities folded favors. Synchronicities guides unseen aligned. Intuitions compasses truths point. Hunches bets payoffs massive. Gambles calculated edges tilted. Fortune's wheels spun intense. Destinies authored choices cumulative. Free will's illusions predestined. Debates philosophically resolves practical. Actions present futures forge. Present's gifts unwrap potentials. Tomorrow's canvases blanks painted. Brushes strokes visions bold. Palettes colors emotions rich. Canvases lives masterpieces evolving. Galleries souls exhibitions private. Critics internals silenced affirmations. Audiences selves applaud standing. Ovations solos echoes grand. Encores lives relived passions. Finals bows graces humble. Legacies whispers winds carried. Eternity's sands times measured. Infinity's bounds transcendences.